Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Deepak Patil and today we are going to learn about the session. So basically, first of all, let's check what is the session. So when we have to share data in two requests after complete the two round trip, then we use the session. So in the old native PHP, we use the $session variable to set and get values in this global variable. But Symfony provide the HTTP Foundation library that can handle the sessions quietly easy, and we can easily handle that in the services as well as in the controller. So basically, in the Symfony application, the use is same to send the data from multiple requests, or the another use is flash message that we already seen lots of time. And also beauty is session only started when we read or write data in the session. That is the beauty, that will be automatically started in the Symfony. So let's continue the session. So for example, if we want to use the sessions, and then this package must be installed, and this is installed by default when we use the web app package, because we also need the request object that we use the lots of time. So to check with the session, let's create the new controller and then test make some example to learn about the session. It's very easy. So I'm going to create the controller, make a controller test session. Okay, so that controller will be created automatically. Let's check that. So when I just refresh, I can see this template and this added automatically. Okay, so let's make something here. So we can do a simple example to test this. Okay, so I'm going to change this session demo. Okay, so let's continue with this. Okay, so if when I call this should be run our route. Okay, so our route is ready to test that. Now I'm going to create the another request like a session 2 index 2. Okay, and we have to share the variable in these two request. Okay, so when request 2 is trigger, session 2, this route is trigger, this will be redirect to the default route with some randomly generated value in the session. This is the demo that we will do. So before that, we need a request object from the HTTP Foundation. So I use here, so that will be automatically added. Okay, dollar request. The use is very simple. When we add the request object, dollar session equal to request of get session. So this way we can get the object of the session. So this is how we can get the session in the controller. We will also learn how to get that in the service. Okay, so before that we just check the default configuration file. So we are not going to make any changes in the configuration. This is our framework file, and you can see that the session is true. So that session will be started only if you read or write from file from it. We can also see that is the next part. I don't want to go into more complex things. Just focus on the basic for now, but we can also store session in the mysql database as well as in the file as well as in the any non-relational database. So that is possible. Okay, so right now we will do some basic thing and then continue, because that is the rare thing that we can use in the project. So let's continue with the session. So this is how we can read the session. So I'm going to also going to also run the second route. Okay, so when we what is the change? Okay, so when we hit the second route, we have also UI page. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just pass the value set just session value random number. Okay, just I'm just reading any random number from 9992 to 9999. Okay, and just put it that into the session. So when I refresh, every time that is updated in the session. So this is how we can set that in the session. So what I'm going to do is just return it dollar this of redirect to route. Okay, and then we will redirect to the first route. I'm going to remove this, and then we will going to redirect to the next route. So this is our simple example that we created. Let's make some link to connect it, so that will be very easy. Okay, add session value, and then just put some path and put it here. Okay, so when I click here, the new value is updated into the session. That's it. This is the just simple demo. Okay, so let's do same here to read the session value. Okay, so I'm going to add that request object, then I'm going to get the session object from the request, get session. Okay, yeah. What I'm going to do is read this random number. Okay, random number equal to session of get, and then whatever the key we pass. So it's an attribute actually, and we save that attributes and value in the session like that. Okay, so this is the default value. So if that value is not exist in the session, then it will be written the blank value. Let's check that. Let's check that. What is the random value we generate here over here? Okay, so just print that here. You can see it. Okay, so let's print that here. What are the random number we put into the session like that? Okay, random number. I am also putting here something like that. So if this variable is not exist, then just it put the blank string. Let's see. So whenever I refresh, same value is printed over here. But when I generate the new value is generated. So this is very simple. We can fetch the session object from the request, set some value into the session attributes by using set method, and using get method we can read the attribute by passing the attribute key. We can also read the all session attributes. Okay, equal to dollar session of all. So this will be written the complete array. Let's check that. So I just print it here. Let's check that what will be happen here. What are the values that is in the session will be printed over here. So this is the two way we can get the values from the this is the one way to get the value from the session by reading the attribute by key, by reading the all the session attribute once and use that array. Okay, so this is how we can get session value in session, set session value in the controller. Now let's check how we can do that in the service. So for that, let's create one service. So session handler, I'm just going to create a session service. Okay, so new class session service and finish it. So in the past also we use the request tag. Okay, so request tag is used to inject the request service into the any class. Okay, any service. So let's use that here to get the session. Okay, So that should be something like that. Private request tag. Okay. And what kind of variable is that? This is the request tag. Okay, so we imported here request tag. Let's put it into the okay. Assign the class variable using this of equal to. Now let's check that. Let's set some value. Public function set. We just created our own user define. Class where we can manage our own methods. Okay, right. So let's set it. So string p dollar, so set and dollar value. I'm going that and type and then return dollar this. Okay, so dollar this of request tag of get session. Okay, this is how I can get the dollar session equal to. I think we have to get the current request of get session. Okay, and then let's put that value into the session attribute, key and value. Okay, and then let's create a another method, public function get. Okay, and this will be return the, so let's keep it as it is and type that will be return the, okay, that will be return the string or integer int. Oh, I don't know why this. Let's protect it with this. Okay, and then return. Let's do that. Session of get and then return the whatever the value we need, and this is the default value equal to null, this key and then default value. Okay, so what we did, we just create a simple mechanism to put the values in the session and to get the values from the session. So you know how we can inject that using, so let's inject that service over here. I'm going to inject that also here. Use app slash services tag session service. Okay, and instead of using the session, let's use it. Okay, let's use it like that. Set the value and to get the value, and we can test that. So let's test and make sure this is working. Okay, yeah, value is coming. So what we learn how to use the session, how to inject session into the controller, how to inject session into the service. Okay, and we already know we also use the flash messages, so let's also put some add flash. Okay, access. Okay, so I'm also going to add some random string over here, so some random string So we have already one services, message service. That service return a random message. So let's use that. Why not to use that? Okay, so use it. Message, and we have to also add service message. Okay, I am going to create a simple example that just put some random message into the flash, and let's print it on the page. So I'm going to print it here. How we can do that? Tweak flash. Okay, and we have to also mention the type equal to success. This is the extension that we created. Yeah, so we also create some random value, and also we create the session flush back. So this is how we can work. Okay, so how, for example, I want to get that random number from the session. How I can get that? Under session, random number equal to $request get session of get and then value. So this is from the session, and how we can set that? Same way. Okay, same way here, set it, set random number, some random value. If we want to use the service, then inject that by using the request tag, handle the session here and use it. So let's conclude the video. What we learned in this video, if we want to use the session, then we need a HTTP foundation package. We don't need to change any default setting configuration until we want to use the session with the database. So how to inject the session object in the controller, how to inject session object in the service, how to set and get value from the session attribute, and then flash message it. If you want some more video or next chapter from me, then please subscribe my channel. Also click on the bell icon, so whenever I upload any video, you will notify by the emails. Thank you.